to state the objective of today's class. Now, after this class, you'll be very knowledgeable about what is a computer, the parts of the computer, and the functions of those parts, right? So before I actually give you my definition of the term computer, I'd like to hear from you, right? Tell me what you know is a computer. So let's have you. A computer is an electronic device. It processes data. Let's have you. It stores data, right? Yes. Produces information. Alright. So all of your answers are correct, right? So by definition, a computer is an electronic device that accepts data, which is the input. It processes the data, stores it, and it produces information, which is the output, right? Computers are used in many places. And can you list some places we use computers in our everyday life? Let's have you. The bank, the school, hospitals, even our home, and even in the office, right? All of these places we use computers on a regular day-to-day basis, right? Good. And they perform different tasks quickly and accurately. So do you think you can work faster than a computer? No, you can't, right? That's why they say here in the definition, it works quickly and it works accurately, right? So I'm going to give you examples, and you're going to tell me whether you think if it's a computer or not, right? So by definition, we know a computer what? It inputs the data. It what? It processes it. It stores it, and it produces output, right? Good. So we know 4 things about this computer. We can input the information. We can what? We can store it. We can process it, and then we can output it, right? Good. So the first item we have is a washing machine. Is a washing machine a computer? Why? Why do you say yes? Alright, good. We can input data, and the data that we're going to input is the time that we want this washing machine to spin, right? Isn't that so? Good. What else can the computer do? It processes the information. So when we put 15 minutes, this washing machine then knows, alright, I have to spin this clothes for 15 minutes, I have to dry it, I have to drain it, right? These are all information that the washing machine would then process, right? Good. So do we understand what is a computer? Good. So can we move on to the main parts of a computer now? Good. So here's a video talking about the parts of a computer.
Come with me as we learn all about the parts that make up a computer system. There are 3 main types of computer systems: desktop computers, laptop computers, and tablet computers.
Good. So here we have the different types of computers, right? We have the desktop computer that we have in front of us, right? This is our monitor, or this is our desktop computer, right? Here we have a laptop. A laptop is our personal computers, right? Do we find that people own most of these or most of these? Most laptop, right? You wouldn't go into somebody's home unless they are a big business person or they're doing information technology and so on, right? They mostly have a laptop, which is our personal computer, right? Good. And a tablet, you know what is a tablet. I'm sure you're familiar with a tablet, right? Probably your niece have one or your nephew have one, right? Good. Let's move on.
All 3 use many of the same types of parts, but then they may look different depending on the type of computer. The most important part of the computer is the Central Processing Unit, or CPU for short. This part is known as the brain of the computer. The CPU connects to the motherboard, which allows the CPU to connect to all the other parts of the computer.
Good. So the first part of the computer we have there is what? The CPU, right? And can anybody tell me what CPU means? Let's have you. Very good, right, girl. CPU means Central Processing Unit, right? And the definition we have here for CPU or system unit is the system unit is the main part of the computer that contains important internal components, right? So the CPU is the brain of the computer. And don't we all have a brain? We all have a brain, right? Likewise, a computer. Our brain, it thinks, doesn't it think? So our brain sends instructions throughout our entire body. Isn't that true? Good. And it also sends instructions so we know what to do. Isn't that so, students? Good. So just like our computer, the brain for the computer is the CPU, right? And the CPU sends instructions throughout the computer. Good. So the functions of the system unit, it processes the data, it stores whatever information you put into the computer, right? And it controls the operation of the computer. Likewise, our brain. Doesn't the brain control our body? Good, it does, right? Same thing like the computer CPU. Good, so the important components inside of the system unit includes the Central Processing Unit, which is the brain, we just talked about it. And we have memory, right? Don't we all have memory? Good, and can you tell me in your own words what memory is like for you? Right? What is your memory? It's about remembering something, right? Very good. So just like humans, we have memory. A computer also has memory, right? And that memory is known as RAM, right? And that means that it stores data temporarily while the computer is working. So RAM, it means that the computer stores data temporarily while the computer is working. So let's say we're working on typing our SPA or typing a document. What you think the information is stored if we get blocked out? It doesn't store, right? Because RAM means what? Temporary, right? It temporarily stores the data, right? So we understand that, class? Good. And then we have the last one here, hard drive. Hard drive means that it stores files and programs permanently, right? So can you tell me the difference between RAM and a hard drive? The difference, yes?
Hard drive stores files permanently.
And
The RAM doesn't.
and the RAM doesn't, right? Because we know the hard drive, does it store permanently or temporarily? Permanently, right? And the RAM, it stores temporarily. So in this case now, if you're working on your laptop and laptop come on and you store it on a hard drive, your information is going to vanish, it is going to disappear, or it's going to stay? It's going to stay, right? Very good. Let's move on to the other part.
In some computers, the CPU and motherboard are built into the same casing as the monitor. And in other computers, they are in a separate box. The monitor is where information processed by the computer is displayed. Monitors come in many sizes. A tablet screen is a monitor, and a TV can be too. Some monitors sit on desks.
Good. The next part we have there is the monitor. And we understand that the monitor is the screen. Do we all see a screen here in front of you? Good. The monitor is a screen that displays information from the computer. So if you type something, where is it going to show? On the monitor or on the screen, right? Good. So what are the functions of a monitor? Can anybody tell me? Let's have you. To show text and pictures. Very good. Let's have you. Functions of the monitor. Yes?
It enables you to see the work you're doing.
Very good. It enables you to see the work that you're doing, right? If you're typing a document, right? Wouldn't you see it on the monitor here? Good. You would see it on the monitor here, right? Good. Functions of the monitor. It shows text, pictures, and videos. It also allows the users to see the work that is being done, right? And it displays the results of processed data. Good. Do we understand that? Can we move on now? Good. Let's move on to the other part of the computer.
And others are portable because they are part of a laptop or tablet computer. The keyboard is an input device that allows you to type.
Good. Now we have there is the keyboard. Can everybody point to the keyboard for me? Good. So we all know what a keyboard looks like, right? A keyboard is an input device used to enter data and instructions into the computer. So the function of the keyboard is used to type letters and numbers. If you want to type a letter, which part of the computer you're using to type this letter? The keyboard. Very good. If you want to type a document, it's the same part of the computer you're using, isn't that so? Good. And it's used to enter information when creating documents. Remember, when you're touching the keys on the keyboard, which means you're entering data, isn't that so? Good. So the keyboard is classified as an input device, right? So the monitor, which one would we classify that? The output or an input device? An output device? Why do you say that? Very good, because it shows us information, right? It's sending out something for us to see, right? Good. So let's move on.
Information and instructions into the computer. It is made up of keys that input letters, numbers, symbols, controls, and functions. The mouse is another input device that controls a cursor on the screen and allows.
Good. So the other one here we have is mouse. Can you show me the mouse? Good. The mouse is an input device, right? The mouse is a small handheld device used to control the pointer on the screen. This is what you call the pointer, or it's also known as the cursor, right? It's used to control that. So move your mouse on the table. Good. Do you see the cursor or the pointer moving? Very good. So it's used to control the cursor, right? And can you tell me some other things that we use the mouse for? To select items. Very good. To open files. To drag and drop. Very good. Bright children. So is the mouse an input device or is it an output device? It's an input device, right? Good. So here you have an activity worksheet to complete. It's the parts of the computer and its functions, right? So the instruction is for you to match the following parts of the computer to its function. So we have the parts of the computer and we have its functions, right? So you can begin. Yep. You're using your pencil and your ruler, and you're going to match the parts of the computer to its function. Everybody understand the instruction? Good. Everybody know what they have to do then, right? Good. You're matching the part of the computer to its function. Whether if the keyboard is used to enter information, or it's used to display information, you're matching it to that one, right? True? So y'all ready? Good. So the first part of the computer we have is monitor. What is the function of the monitor?
Videos have information on the screen.
Very good. It displays pictures, videos, and information on the screen. The other one we have there is keyboard.
And letters, numbers, and symbols.
Very good. It's used to type letters, numbers, and symbols.
Good morning again, class.
Good morning, Miss.
So I will be going through from where Miss Anjali has left off with you, right?
Yes, Miss.
The next part we'll be looking at is the computer speaker.
It will need speakers or headphones connected. Some computers, like tablets and laptops, have built-in speakers. If you want something on screen to be on paper, you can connect them.
Alright, so based on what you have looked at so far, can anybody tell me what a speaker is? It's an output device.
Speaker produces sound.
Produces sounds, very good. Yes?
It gives music.
It gives music, correct?
It produces sound from devices.
It produces sounds, right? What else?
It's an output device that gives out sound.
Output device that gives out sound, very good. Anybody else? Produce sounds from computer, right? So everybody has an idea what a speaker is, right?
Yes.
So it says here, a speaker is an output device that produces sounds from a computer. So Miss Anjali would have looked at input and output with you, right? And everybody remember what is input?
Yes.
What is input? Puts data into a computer. Allows you to put data into a device, correct?
Input device allows you to put data instructions into a computer.
Allows you to put instructions into a computer, right? So everybody knows input. What about output?
It produces information.
Output produces information.
It gets information out of the
Gets information out of.
It gets information, process information out of the computer.
It processes information out of the computer. Very good, right? So everybody knows input and output. So can you tell me what device would speaker fall under?
Output.
Output?
Yes.
Everybody sure about that?
Yes, Miss.
And why does it fall under output?
Because it gives out sound.
Because it gives out sound. Very good. So, because you can hear things coming out of the speaker, it makes it an output device, right?
Yes.
And can anybody tell me what we would usually hear coming out? Music. Very good. Video games.
Notifications or alerts.
Notifications. What else?
Alert.
Alerts. What else?
Noise.
Noise. What else? Games.
Notification from apps.
Notification. Your music and store, right? So everybody has a clear idea of what a speaker is, right? So can we move
produces documents.
Produces documents, right? So it says here, a printer is a device that produces a hard copy of documents from the computer. So based on that, can you tell me what type of device is a printer? Yes? Output device. And why is that? Ravish?
Because it gives us a hard copy.
Because it gives you a hard copy, right? That means that when you send something from the computer to the printer, something comes out, right? And when you call the thing that comes out, the output, right? And the device would be the output device, right? So what are some functions of the printer? Anybody can tell me?
Pictures.
It prints pictures. It prints documents. It prints files. Yes.
Produce paper copies of files.
It prints pictures, right? So basically anything you want from the computer, you would use the printer to get a hard copy of it, right? Isn't that true?
Yes.
Alright, so that's everything we have for today. So now we're going to do two activities. I already gave you the paper when we gave you the handouts, right? So there's two activities, activity 1 and activity 2. Which one would you like to do first?
Activity 1.
Activity 1, the action 1, right? So the first thing you're going to do there is write your name. Write your name quickly. Everybody finished? Write the subject. Write your grade and write the date. Finish? Alright, so when you finish with that, there's a table there. Can anybody tell me what the table have? Parts of the computer and functions, right? So the parts of the computer, it has mouse, speaker, printer, and CPU. And at the next side, it has the functions. So now you're going to quickly match the functions to the parts. Draw a line, right? I will give you some time to do it. It shouldn't take you too long because this is an easy activity, right? Everybody finished?
Yes, miss.
So now we're going to go through it together, right?
Yes, miss.
So for the first part that we have there, mouse,
Allows us to move around on the screen.
everybody has that?
Yes, miss.
Mark it correct. What about speaker? What do you have for speaker?
Produces sounds such as music or voices.
Correct. Printer.
Prints documents and pictures onto paper.
Very good. What about CPU?
The brain of the computer that processes information.
Very good. Did anybody get this set wrong?
No, miss.
what is output? Transfer data out of the computer. Can you tell me what is a mouse? Right, the mouse is used to select items, right? What else did we look at? System unit, right? What is the system unit? Or the CPU? The brain of the computer, right? And what are some parts of the system unit? Anybody? Yes, Emily? Parts? Cabbage?